Hello everyone, I'm Jennifer Kumar from Authentic Journeys. I'm creating a three-part tutorial on the importance of using the formatting tools in your email client to create numbered or bulleted lists. The first part of this tutorial, we already talked about how to use these tools, and I'll link up to that in the description of this video, so you can go back to part one if you missed that. This is part two, where we're going to talk about the punctuation in a properly formatted list, especially a properly formatted numbered list, and why the formatting tools will help you combat these problems. So what you see here, obviously this top list is the one created with the formatting tools, and the one below is hand keyed or hand typed in by an individual. Now, I conduct email writing skills workshops, and I've done these workshops to probably 600 or 700 individuals, and so I've reviewed that many emails with lists in them as well, and I can say with confidence that no one person has made all the mistakes that you've seen here, but maybe two or three would be common in probably 80% of the emails that I have reviewed. And after you see this, hopefully you'll avoid these problems too. But before we talk about the problems, I would like to ask you, do you notice if any of these line items are correctly formatted? Are any of these 6 line items correctly formatted? So at first glance, even I would get confused and think that the first one is. But actually, if I put my cursor there and move it over, there's 2 spaces here. And we should only have one after the period. I'm using American English terms for these punctuation marks. Period and not full stop, and parentheses and not bracket. And when we use the formatting tools, it automatically not only shifts over the list and formats it a certain distance away from the margin automatically, but it puts the number, a period, 1 space, and then it starts whatever you're going to write. Now, if you have like 3 or 4 items, this is somewhat easier to hand key in, even though I still don't recommend it. But if you have like 10 things, so once it goes from 9 to 10, so numbers 1 through 9 are only 1 character, but of course after 9 we have 2 characters, so the spacing will get messed up. But if we use the formatting tools, it would automatically format that for you. However, I highly recommend in business emails that you want others to read quickly, not to have more than 3 or 4 or at the most 5 points, because who wants to read all that, right? I'm sure you don't, so I'm sure your reader does not either. So then you would have to divide it up into more than 1 email. Now, when you look at these 2 lists, what comes to your mind? Now, of course, the first one looks very organized and easy to read and quick to read. This one looks disorganized, right? And it kind of looks all over the place. That's an American English idiom, all over the place. You don't want to hear your client saying that. I've created a tutorial on that, so I'll link that in the description of the video below, and if you want, you can listen to that as well. But it's all over the place because we have all kinds of formatting here. We want to avoid all of these formatting. Different types of formatting. The only type we want is the kind you see up here. Now, the only exception to this rule would be if you're writing line items in a horizontal pattern or in a sentence, you could use this formatting if it's in a sentence. So let's say I was writing all these in a sentence, then I can use this formatting. But in a vertical list, you want the number, a period, 1 space, and then your text. So I hope this helps you to see some differences in hand keying in lists and why it's probably ideal to use the formatting tools. So in the third part of this three-part tutorial, we're going to talk about what are the differences between numbered lists and bulleted lists. So I'm sure you can't wait for that. So thanks for listening. I'm Jennifer Kumar from Authentic Journeys. You can take a look at my website, authenticjourneys.info. Thank you.